Thank you for joining us this evening for the 2022 Hall of Fame induction ceremony. My name is James Krieger, and I have the distinct privilege of serving as the Director of Athletics here at Redeemer University. We are thrilled to once again be able to hold our yearly Hall of Fame ceremonies this year in conjunction with the university's 40th anniversary celebration. I hope you've been able to catch an event or two this weekend, from the presidential inauguration to the Doe and Paul Peloche concert last night. This evening we have the honor of inducting two outstanding former athletes who will join a distinguished class of athletes and builders past who have helped shape the foundation for what Royals athletics is today. Although the Hall of Fame is reserved for those who have made an outstanding contribution in Redeemer University athletics during their career, it is also a place to celebrate God's faithfulness and provision by highlighting His blessings in the athletic arena for His glory. In just a few minutes, we will induct the 17th and 18th Royals Hall of Fame members. And to begin, I would like to introduce our first nominee, who has literally ran her way into the history books. As a student from 2006 to 2009, our inductee was named the Redeemer Female Athlete of the Year in 2007. She finished her career with 3 top 10 performances at the OCAA Championships, with her best performance in her final season, playing 5th at Provincials. She led her team to 2 bronze medal finishes at Provincials, and in 2 CCA National Championship appearances, she finished in the top 25 both times, 23rd in 2006 and 21 in 2007. Our 17th inductee was also named to the OCAA Team Ontario in 2008 and 2009, and was the Royals Rookie of the Year in 2006. Following that, with a 2-time Team MVP award in 2008 and 2009. To top her accomplishments, she also received the Redeemer Scholar Athlete of the Year award. And so at this time, it is my honor to induct Ms. Christine de Brouwer to the Royals Athletic Hall of Fame.
Thank you. I am incredibly honored and grateful to have been invited here. When I received the email from James inviting me to come tonight, it brought back a flood of so many positive emotions for my time at Redeemer. I attended this university for 5 years, and cross country was a huge part of my life at that time. A lot of people questioned why I was a runner. I mean, running as fast as you can for 5 kilometers in the cold, rain, and mud is not easy and sounds almost crazy. It's a grueling sport that is physically exhausting and painful. But the runners in this audience will understand that cross country is about pushing yourself farther than you thought possible. It's a sport that you get out of it what you put into it. Training is intense, but there's no better feeling than seeing your time improve after crossing that finish line. I want to thank my coach, Jeff. He had a kind, gentle coaching style and an in-depth knowledge of how to train and racing strategies. We would practice in the evenings with the occasional 6 a.m. early morning run. We would go to nearby trails at Ancaster and run through trees, paths, and up and down hills. The scenery was gorgeous and deer sightings were frequent. I look forward to every single practice, even though I always had a slight fear of making one wrong turn and lost in the wilderness, which to my great relief never happened. Jeff and my teammates made showing up to practice a highlight of my day. I remember the races that I loved and the ones that were the most difficult. The meets I did not enjoy were the ones hosted by Redeemer at Dundas Valley because of that last giant hill you had to run just before the finish line. But with that last giant hill, there was comfort in knowing we were all feeling the same. Everyone's legs and lungs burned and arms felt like a ton of bricks, but there was something incredibly bonding and uniting about the experience. We were all in this together. Qualifying to be part of Team Ontario in 2008 and represent Redeemer at Nationals and earning a bronze medal with teammates Carrie and Angelina was such a privilege. I worked hard, but it was also with the help of an incredible team and excellent coaching that helped get me there. And then Redeemer's athletic department did something amazing. Instead of sending just me or just our bronze medal team to Nationals, they decided to send the entire team, both men's and women's. How exciting this was for all of us. I was thrilled our training still continued. During practices, I was often running alone. I was ahead of my teammates on the women's team, but miles behind the men's team, which consisted of just two, Jeremy and Alex. This was not ideal because I didn't have the pressure of other runners like running in a race. For the practices leading up to Nationals, Jeremy and Alex did something that was truly kind. They decided that instead of working on their own race, they would help me with mine. They kept a pace that was slightly faster than mine, and seeing them just a few feet ahead of me set off my competitive spirit. I was determined to catch them. Even though I never could, this helped immensely with my training. I was so grateful for that. Nationals was held in Kingston, and it was cold, wet, muddy, and difficult, just like most meets. But I was so fortunate to be there with the team that was dedicated and hardworking. That was my last race as a Redeemer Royal, and I am proud of my 21st place finish. I'm always hesitant to define cross country as an individual sport. Our team at that time was incredible, and we all pushed, encouraged, and cheered each other on. I came to Redeemer from a small town in Chadwick, Kent, as the shy and quiet 19-year-old. It was through the gift of Christian education and athletics I was able to flourish. I fondly remember walking the halls and Redeemer's president at that time, Dr. Cooper, would stop me and ask how the meet went. He was a cross-country runner in his past, and he took an interest in our team and upcoming meets. It's these types of personal relationships and connections that makes Redeemer so special. Today, I no longer race or do intense training. I may go out for the occasional jog, but my time is spent chasing after two active boys and teaching grade 3-4 St. Clair Catholic Board in Thamesville. It's been 14 years since my cross-country days, but it doesn't even feel close to that long ago. To all the Royals here, enjoy this time. These university years are a short moment in your lives, but the memories and lessons learned will be with you throughout your lifetime. Thank you.
At this time, can the current cross-country team just come onto the floor in front of the scoreboard here for a few pictures with Christine? Congratulations, Krista. And tonight's second inductee is no stranger to Redeemer University. Her box-to-box superiority on the soccer pitch is well documented in the history books. She played for the Redeemer women's soccer team from 2003 to 2007, playing in 31 career games where she registered 9 career goals, ranking her 5th all-time in school history, and leading the team in scoring in the 2005 and 6 season. A team captain who helped build the strong foundation of today's program, tonight's 18th Royals Hall of Fame inductee was a 3-time OCAA Women's Soccer All-Star in 2004, 2005, and 2006. She was named on 2 occasions to the OCAA All-Academic Team and garnered the CCAA Academic All-Canadian Award in 2006 and 2007. She was further named the team MVP in 2006 and was honored as a 2-time indoor soccer team MVP in 2006 and 2000. To round out an outstanding career, she also received the Redeemer Scholar Athlete of the Year Award in 2006. At this time, it is my honor to share the floor with her former coach, Krista Girdo-Meadow, who will share a few words about our inductee's time as a student athlete.
Good evening, everyone. It's an honor to be here tonight to help celebrate Rachel and her accomplishments. But first, I have to come clean about something. When I first met Rachel, I had my doubts. I know that's an awful thing to say about a Hall of Fame inductee, but just hear me out. So when I started coaching here, Rachel, in addition to being a member of the varsity indoor soccer team, was also on the club volleyball team. And there were occasions when she chose to go to a volleyball game instead of coming to my practices. Now, let's recap. My last name is Girdo-Meadow, and for anyone here who has possibly played on the men's basketball team in the last 10 years, you know what it means when you miss a practice with Coach Girdo-Meadow. So, as a result, I questioned Rachel's commitment, and I'm here tonight to tell you that I was wrong. It turns out that commitment is actually Rachel's strong suit. In no time, Rachel showed me that it was a priority to her, and commitment wasn't just to her sport, but to all aspects of her life. It was to academics, it was to her teammates, and most importantly, it was to her faith. Rachel was the role model dream player that every coach wants to have on their team. And as I told her in an email earlier this week, it was her talent, it was her drive, along with her strong leadership skills and beautiful Christian heart that made her someone that her teammates could turn to, aspire to be like, and would look up to. And now here we are, 17 years later, and she still won't let anything stop her. Congratulations on your award. Well deserved, Rach.
Thank you, Krista. And so at this time, it's my honor to induct Miss Rachel Vanderdoel, former de Groot, to the Royals Athletic Hall of Fame. And at this time, women's soccer athletes, if you wanted to come to the scoreboard to take a picture, that would be fantastic. Basketball, feel free to get a last little warm-up in. Thank you all for being here tonight for our Hall of Fame ceremonies of 2022.